Hi, my name is Jen Callahan, and this is one of my first videos for YouTube to let you know what I'm trying to do with my channel. And I am cutting some paper prints, and I thought I would go over how to make money at an art show. And the number one thing that used to be a really bad thing was paper prints. Like one of my mentors, Johnny Johnson, I convinced finally to make paper prints, but he would only make them if he actually retained that painting. So if he had that painting at his house, he let me do prints to let him make a little extra income as he got older. He is passed right now. He passed away a couple years ago. But anyways, now the norm of making paper prints is very accepted. So what I do, when you create a painting, it is automatically copyrighted to you. As soon as you post it up and have it on the web, is the best way to do it. Put it on your website, do it on social media. Here's my brand new painting. Have your signature on it, and you make paper prints. Now, when you go to sell, which I always do, you don't have to, but when you go to sell your original painting, I mentioned I am going to retain the copyright of your artwork unless you want to buy that right. And when they ask me, buy that right, what does that mean? So what I always do is say, and I've had a couple people, I had Victoria's Secret buy my original painting of flamingos and then also buy the copyright, which means they buy the copyright, it's no longer yours, and then you cannot make prints or other things on with that painting. But I've only had that happen twice. But it's nice to mention to them that you are retaining the copyright of the painting. And most people, I would say 90% of the people are like, oh, that's cool. They have the originals, and then the other people that collect my art and get prints, or I might make a design for a shirt or a curtain like this one here. And this one here, one of my bigger collectors of my artwork has this. He lives in Baltimore, Maryland. And look how beautiful that is on the curtain. And this is on my website. I have blackout curtains, and you can do it with all your paintings. And we'll get into that on another video where I go over the print on demand, which is a lifesaver. I've been doing this show circuit, I'm doing my age here, probably about 25 years. And before print on demand, let's go back 10 years, probably 10 years. And then there was a little bit, but right now it's just exploded with print on demand, which POD is print on demand, which just means that you're putting your image of your artwork on products and you're printing them on demand of when the customer orders it off your website. Now, before that, I had employees, and I had to buy the stretcher bars, and I had to buy the canvas. And if I was sealing it for outdoor canvas print, I was buying the sealant. So I was having, for my cutting boards, I was buying the big, huge 64-inch SureColor sublimation machine. I was buying the paper, sublimation paper to print out on. Now, guess what? I don't have employees, and I discovered all this. Luckily, another good thing that came out of COVID was it shut down my business I'm a professional traveling artist and do art shows and festivals and that sort of thing to make money. But one great thing that came out of that was when we had to close everything down, the print shop and the relationship with a print company, and then I did the logistics of mailing it to me. It was just, oh, it was so involved. And I'm not complaining. I know how to do all of that. I know how to stretch canvas. I know how to manipulate and print out things. So knowledge is not a bad thing to have. But the print on demand has changed the dynamic so much for an artist. So I thought what I would do here is just talk about paper prints. Now, paper prints is something you can do by yourself. So you can get a smaller machine now. Before this, the machine before that cost me $3,000. The machine before that cost me $12,000 used. And the machine before that, I could keep going back, but it was very expensive to print a giclée print. And if you're not familiar with that, a giclée print just means the longevity of your print lasts more than 50 years. It's actually longer than that, but it's like a scale that they figure out the ink you're using, they figure out the substrate, your paper that you're using, and that clarifies it as a giclée. So you can comfortably say that. Now, if you use a cheaper ink and cheaper paper, you can still sell that. Say you're at an art fair, you just need to say, these are paper prints. These are, and you don't say, these are giclée prints. At a fine art show, it is expected to have giclée prints. And I think it's important, and I would take the investment and buy original ink. Don't buy the knockoff ink, because you don't want your customer going home with a paper print of your product and it fading. That's like, we do not want like that. So let me show you. I use an Epson ET 15000 and it is amazing. The print quality is great. It's only 4 inks. I always use the ink that is provided by Epson, which I highly recommend doing that. And let me just show you. I'm going to show you a couple of I'm going to do a little work while I'm talking to you. These are paper prints of my original paintings. But my number one profit, my number one seller is paper prints. So if they come in your booth and they love your product, or they go on your website and they love your product, and they're not wanting to in your original painting, but they want a piece of your art, then they're going to go with the paper print, which is a great way to get your art in their home. And I'll go further on the print on demand and the different things that you can do to make money and sell your art. It's a tricky time right now. People don't have, or a lot of people that would have bought before don't have that disposable income anymore. So you need to find different ways to share your art. And then, of course, I sell originals and I sell the large canvas prints and stuff like that. But you also need to have a price point that's affordable, or at least I think it's important to have price points all the way down so everybody can enjoy your art. So I'm just going to go through a couple of my paper prints here, and I'm going to wrap this up on number one product for selling your art. And I'm going to put some links below. I am an Amazon influencer. I just started everything. So Amazon influencer, so I'm going to put the links to the paper. I'm also going to put a link to the printer, and that way it's going in the paper, the ink, and the printer. So here's one of my paintings. But I'll put those below, and if I get enough people to support my art through the links, I'm going to keep everything free. And if you follow me, slow process, I'm learning everything. If you follow me, I definitely want to have some demo for kids, and maybe a year, and some demos for the grown-ups too. And I want to keep them free. If you follow me, that helps me. If you use my link, that helps me. If you watch the video all the way through, everything helps me. So I'm going to go through just a couple of these, and I'll also put the cutting machine that I'm using. Now this paper here, fabulous. I'm going to link it below. It has a rough side on the bottom and smooth on the top. You're going to want to print on the smooth side. This I've been using probably 2 years and just love the quality. Right on. I also do paper prints in 8x10s. I'll link that down there too. Both of them I've used for a long, long time, and I will do a video. I'm half the time in Costa Rica, half the time in the United States. I'm getting ready to fly back to the United States next Tuesday. And what I do is I print these here in Costa Rica, and then I take them on the plane, and then my backer board and my plastic sleeves for my paper prints, which I also get off on Amazon. I'll go ahead and do a video on that showing me putting those together. But absolutely the cheapest way to have this matted up and in the crystal clear bags is through Amazon, and I'm doing the work for you because I'm going to put the link, and I'll put the link on this one too, but I'll put the links below for you for those, so there's no guesswork on it. And so these prints are 11x14, and you have to go up to the Epson ET, I think it's ET, I'll link it below, ET 15000 in the United States. In Central America, different. It's LB1415. I don't know, but I'll link that below too. And so what you do is you'll print on this, and if you want me to go in depth on doing the printing software and stuff, not a problem. I can do that. Just put a comment below and have patience with me. I'm going to also put my email below if you want to. If I'm not replying to this, maybe I'm on my show circuit and not being so attentive. I'm going to put my email also, so you can email me. I get that for sure every day, and then I'll answer you on that. But if you're interested in printing that's easy, that I've done for a long time using Adobe Elements, is way cheaper doing the monthly plan with Adobe, and I can go in depth on that as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just show you a couple of the prints, and while I talk, I'm going to work a little bit. So you want to get a scissor cutter. Let me show you what I'm doing here. So because for the art show, because in a standard, and that's something that I'm going to go into as well. And if you are an artist watching this, I'm doing the forbidden, which I'm going to do reviews on all the art shows. Is it worth it? How much it costs? How was the parking? Did they treat us nice? Which no one does. But I'm old and I don't care. So I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to do lives on, and I'll put all the social media link stuff down below. So when you get this paper, which is fabulous, because I used to do roll paper, and now I just do sheets, super easy, but I frame it back down to 12, gosh, I'm losing my numbers today, 12 by 18 foam core. Let me look that up real quick. I think it's 12 by 8. So convenient with Amazon because they will ship anywhere. So when I'm on the road, Amazon, show you my face while I'm doing this. When I'm on the road, I can have Amazon ship me I carry around a small printer for my 8x10s, and because those sell the fastest. And then I bring a bigger stock. Let's see if I can get it to open up. I bring a bigger stock of 11x14s. But in the States, I have a small Epson that I print out the 8x10s in between just in case I sell out of something. So let me just give you, so I can give you the right size. So that's going to be your footprint. Okay, just wanted to get that. So 12 by 16. And instead, I used to do 16 by 20. But now I travel with my girlfriend, and we are in one van. So size matters, and I'm in a single booth instead of a double booth now. So I cropped down to this size and 12 by 16, which allows you to put in the Pro panels. You can put 2 in easily, which is kind of nice. A lot of room in the. It's less weight in my suitcase, which is always a plus too, because don't they get you on the suitcase? Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed my first video, and I'm not going to bore you with doing all the paper prints. Here's another one of my paintings. This is Sweet Pea. But if you get anything out of this, if you're an artist and you're just starting out, you need paper prints, period. Paper prints. Have your originals, let them look at it. Selling paper is just the way to do it in the beginning. I will have another video. I'm going to try to do one video a week. I think I'm going to go over the foam core, or if you guys have any questions or video ideas so much, hopefully you made it to the end. And check out my website. I need to do that as well before I go. I'm going to update my website with my show schedule. I'd love to meet you. For you to come see my art in person. Thanks. Have a great day.